Woo! Shlaba, laba, ding dong. Here we go. Wednesday episode. It is the dogandjoepodcast.com. That's where you got to go. Thank you. If you're here, that means you paid. Again, Joe and I just made a nickel each. Welcome. Yeah.
Thank you, though, very much. We appreciate it.
Well, as much as you could appreciate a nickel at this day and age.
I really do. Yeah, I love nickels.
Thank you. A couple of quick emails, then we'll get on to a bunch of weird news. Hi, fellas. Paid subscriber here, Cha-ching. His name is Christopher Perez. He said, listen, not sure if you can make this happen or if I'm doing it wrong. I sometimes need to finish a show later, and it doesn't keep my place where I left off. I'm using the website, by the way. Thanks for many years of laughter, and I'm glad you're doing this podcast. Just so you know, I'm going to try to be very polite, Christopher. This ain't Netflix, okay? This ain't Prime, okay? All you got to do is, if you want to pick up back where you were, screenshot it with your phone, okay? Or whatever device you're on, so you know where it is time-wise, and go back. We don't have the capability. This isn't a high-tech player. So if you pause it, yes, it'll probably reset, and you got to come back and figure out where you're at. But, well,
I don't know how to do that. I don't know that I've ever even learned how to do that yet. Maybe that's something I can figure out how to do. That might be a code you could write in, but I don't know it if it is.
We don't have that capability on this website that I'm aware of. I don't think that's one of the things, but
one would imagine not.
Yeah, but I appreciate it. And one more quick one. This is from Michelle. Michelle's been with us a long time. She said, I just wanted to say I'm so glad you guys are back, and it feels a little bit more like normalcy hearing your guys' voices, and you're important to us, and I just wanted to say thank you. And that's Michelle Behi. She's been with us
I always
a long,
call her
long time.
Beal, but I don't think that's your real last name, Michelle. I don't think we've ever really pronounced it the correct way, to be honest with you, and I apologize for that.
Yeah, Behi. Don't know how to pronounce it, but Michelle's been with us for a long time, so thank you. Before we get into a little bit of news, we got to talk about this. And again, some of these things are going to be late. You have to understand that. We record these. What the F on Sunday? Man, the two football games. I couldn't have been more wrong with my forecast of how Washington, the Commanders, we're going to come out and just dismantle the Eagles. To the contrary, the Eagles, pulled the pants down on every one of those players and just spanked them over Dad's knee. They had a dismal turnout. They couldn't get any. They fell apart. They were too young. They were too scared. I don't know what happened, but
I thought it was a close game.
God, no, it was 50,
no.
It was 50. It was like 52 to 23. It was the score was crazy. I forget what the score was.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I thought that the Eagles were going to go for 60 plus points. No, they didn't show up. The Commanders, the Redskins, they weren't even in town.
That sucks, man.
Looks like we're going to get a little repeat, a little vindication.
I think we all knew that was coming anyway, though, didn't we?
Well, Josh Allen didn't want it, plain and simple. And later on in the podcast, we're going to talk about the calls, and we're going to talk about all the people and what they've told Roger Goodell he needs to do. And I'll repeat this later, but just to start out for Josh Allen, if you're a Josh Allen fan or you're a Buffalo Bill, if you're going to leave the question inches, yards, or you want a first down, then get it. Get a first down. Don't leave it to the refs to decide. Get your first down. That's what you have to do. You're in the NFL. Act like it. And
oh, really? Okay.
They couldn't get it done, and you can call refs all you want. People are sick to death of hearing KC, but there's a reason. There's a reason this could be. Well, they're already going for 3. Now they're there, 3 appearances in a row.
Yeah, they're in it. They've done it.
But they have a chance now to win 3 in a row. And if they do that, they'll be the first team in NFL history to do it. Mahomes was on fire. He really did play some good football. Kelsey, everybody. And it was sad at the end when they picked up the trophy, the team owner. He's like, oh, everybody's so great. Special thanks to Travis and Patrick. he called him out by name, the team owner, you know. Patrick Mahomes, the whole night, he's like, this team, when people talk about team, they don't really mean team. This is a team. Everybody here is just part of this. I couldn't be more proud of this squad. Everybody did this. Then the team owner gets out there. He goes, special thanks to Travis and Patrick, calling them out by their first names. He just belittled and browbeat and took away everybody else's equality on the team with 2 words. Travis, Patrick. And it was like, come on, man.
They don't know. Everyone knows the most of. I mean, there's some owners out there that do get it, but a lot of the owners are old dudes, and they don't, I mean, you can see them when they're up there in their boxes. I mean, with their rich wives. And I mean, they all look alike towards the end. They all look like they're in about their 80s.
Yeah, not KC's owner. No, KC's owner's, he looks like he's 45.
Okay, so he's the son.
He looks young. It's almost weird. And what's creepy is you go out there. I mean, you look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid's got a big mustache. He's out there talking. He can't understand what he's saying. Poor Andy Reid, But you look at the owner, man.
He's lost a lot of weight, Andy Reid. He looks good now.
I don't think you're talking about the same Andy Reid.
You tell me he's found it again.
He played Lost and Found same day.
Well, okay. Because he got, in shape a little bit there.
No, I think
that made his mustache and everything else look even bigger on him. Remember when he had like a kind of a thin neck there for a minute? He kind of dropped quite a bit of weight. You're telling me now he's found it all again?
I don't remember Andy Reid being thin. Like truly, I don't.
Well, I don't think the man could really ever be thin, but I mean thinner than what we see out there every day.
He's just channeling Wilford Brimley now, but he's heavy, and he got on there and poor Jim Nantz couldn't hear what he was saying. No one could. He was on TV, and you're like, what?
You haven't been able to understand him for years.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good football game. I enjoyed it, and I liked it, and I was glad to see KC get it. Josh Allen, he threw that haymaker on 4th down, and what's that guy's name? Not Fitzpatrick. I can't remember the tight end's name. He should have caught that. It was crazy that it got to his arms, and he had it, and he could not hold on to it. And, yeah, that was it. The KC Chiefs, they got that 1st down, and they just ran the clock out.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a good game. I liked it. So now we're off to the races. We got another Philly-KC matchup coming up for the big game. So we'll talk more about that, too, coming up. We are going to talk about what the refs should do and what the NFL should do with ball marking and spotting and all these challenge plays and them doing us and the team more justice with how they call these games because fans are upset.
Well, I don't think anyone's really excited about this game anyway. It's like, how many times?
Yeah, but again, we covered it with last podcast. I mean, stop them. And what's his name? Josh Allen. He said it. He goes, hey, if you want to be the champions, you have to beat the champions. So.
Did he say that?
Yeah, he said that. He damn well better.
Oh, man. I found skinny Andy Reid. He wasn't as skinny as I thought. He just dropped his belly off the front. I mean, he's been on some heavier days here.
Oh, sure. And
there's a lot
Sunday
of big Andy Reid. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
We'll do a couple of stories here, and then we'll get going. Google Maps. Google Map users in the U.S. will see Gulf of Mexico renamed to Gulf of America, and Denali, as in Mount Denali, changed back to Mount McKinley.
Really? They're going to really do that?
Google has already done it. The changes with the government are not going to take effect, but it says here the government, they have to go through and do this geographical name information system update. As of yesterday, that they hadn't been updated from the government. But Google, they said, you know what? We're going to step in. We're going to do this executive order. And this is Google. Like Google's, they don't want to get any more trouble. Google's like, hey, let's just do this for the president so no one's digging at us. We've had all this trouble lately, and, they're going after all these .comers and Facebook and all that. Let's just make them happy.
They're going to have to do a little bit more than this because they didn't even provide a picture. I want to see a picture of it.
Well, all you got to do is go to Google. and depending on your area, it should be showing up, depending on where you're at.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Because I just went to the old news story. I will go to Google, though. I'm familiar with that web address.
Gulf of America. I'm just going to try it on my browser. This is fun radio for you. We're not on radio anymore.
Well, we will be here shortly when I put this up for everyone to see.
So I'm going to click Maps. Okay. And it is not showing up on mine. Let me back it up.
No, it ain't showing up. Hold on.
No, there it is. Yep. It still says Gulf of Mexico.
Yes, it does. 100%.
Yep. So they haven't corrected it yet on Google. Let's go to Denali here. If they didn't do that, I'm sure they haven't done this.
There
Nope.
you go. Gulf of Mexico.
Yep. No update. So I don't know when that's going to take place, but they said users in different parts, depending on where they're at, by zip code or whatever, Google Maps will show Gulf of America and Mount McKinley.
Okay. Well, things are moving pretty quickly, so I would imagine we're going to see that soon, but that's pretty crazy if that really happens.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to say that's a little nuts. I'd like to see it.
Well, Google Maps will do it. It'll be like that right out of the gate. The government, they won't get to it until probably he's ready to leave.
I know.
As fast as they move.
It's just, I mean, I know it's just stupid, but it would be fun just to say the Gulf of America. I'll probably never travel there. I'll never go there and see it or what have you, but it just sounds cool to me. I don't know why.
I don't ever really, there's not many occasions or opportunities where I refer to the Gulf of America or Mexico.
No, me neither.
But, if I say Gulf of America or meaning it is Gulf of America, I'll probably still call it Gulf of Mexico. I'm just used to saying it.
I know you will, because you call everything by the wrong name.
Yeah.
Once it gets changed, you refer to it by its previous name forever.
I can't help that it's still Arco, and I can't help that it's Rayleigh Field. I can't help it.
Those are both of them.
Mississippi lawmaker, what he's wanting to do is he wants to make it illegal for men in Mississippi to masturbate. Okay, it's a masturbation ban. And the lawmaker is proposing a bill that effectively bans masturbation for men. And he said he's shocked by how upset people are. He's even been getting death threats. The senator,
is this like a problem for the area down there? I mean, why would he need to have a ban for the entire area?
Bradford Blackman, he told TMZ, he said men from all over the globe, not just in Mississippi, are livid about this masturbation ban idea. And he said they're leaving him vile messages, even threatening his life. He said this bill is legit, but isn't serious. The true intention of this was to start a conversation about double standards between men and women concerning reproductive health. But he's taking the death threats seriously, and he's reporting them to authorities. So he wanted to get some attention, so that's what he did.
That's a good way to get the attention. I think a lot of people looked up from the morning paper, so to speak, the morning cell phone. Yeah. You're having your breakfast, and you're going to see ban on masturbation. What was that, honey? There's a what? What's going on now? You just don't know.
I told you if you didn't quit doing that, you were going to go to jail. I told you.
This day and age, you don't know what might be illegal tomorrow.
Yeah. Again, if you don't want to see me masturbate, don't sit next to me on the bus.
That was gross then. It's gross now, bro.
And this is what happens when people hear masturbation ban. Okay, they go crazy the other way. OnlyFans model Lily Phillips. Her plan to screw 1,000 dudes derailed by U.S. border security.
What?
Show her face, Joe.
Read that one more time. Her plan to do what?
Yeah, hump 1,000 dudes derailed by U.S. border security. Okay.
That's going to be a rough one for her mom and dad to see in the papers or in the, the news.
What's rough though? Doesn't it get rough after 2? I mean, as a parent, aren't you calloused when you see the number go past 10? I mean, add another 2 zeros.
1,024. I mean, that's just shocking. She's pretty. I don't understand.
Yeah, she's beautiful, and that's the goal. 1,000 dudes, 1,000 penises. Do the math on the other part. 24 hours. And it says here, U.S. Customs and Border Protection recently threw a wrench into her sexcapade. She said told TMZ she got detained at the Vegas airport last week after authorities recognized her, and they straight up told her that if she went through it and she was going to go do this work, she would never set foot on U.S. soil again.
Oh, you can't say that to her. What? I mean, to each their own. I think it's a little gross, too, but you can't tell her she can't come back into the U.S. Well, she's not going to... Oh, she's going to do it on her home turf in the U.K., I see.
Yeah, I don't know if she has citizenship or I don't know what the whole deal was.
You can't tell somebody something. There's women here that have slept with far over 1,000 people.
Not really. No, not really. No, well, okay, this is 24 hours. Okay, that's the key underline bold. Okay, you think there's a lot of women that have done that in 24 hours?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. I would seriously doubt that. That's just a lot. I don't even really know how that's logistically possible.
She says she did plan to pull off the stunt to coincide with the AVN Porn Awards, but after getting warned about messing with her tourist visa, she ditched the work, and she said she just had fun at the show instead. Here's the thing.
She didn't do it.
Well, no, because they said they'd kick her out.
Oh, okay. Well, here she is. I mean, she's pretty. Look at her.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and again, she's all over Instagram and OnlyFans and all that stuff. Whether she was going to do it or not and just wanted to say she was, it just blew up her deal, and all her channels, and everyone went crazy. And, oh, my God, 1,000 guys, 24 hours. So she got what she wanted out of it.
Sure. Of course she did. That's wild, though. I just got to tell you, just think about it in your head. That's an inordinate amount. I mean, I can't even imagine being fellow 1,000.
Yeah, well, we've all heard of a hot dog down a hallway. What about a tic-tac down a runway?
Man. Hey, who drew Lucky 1,000?
It reminds me of
I did.
Motor Garage. Come on, Motor Garage, you're up next. And then when she goes out, he's like, oh, so young and full of life. That dirtbag bouncer on the Millers.
Man.
Motor Garage, you're up next.
That's terrible. That'll change, he said. Yeah, that's great, fella. This is awful. I can't. Someone of her friends should have talked her out of this. That's not even cool to see in a headline. 1,000 dudes in 24 hours.
It didn't happen. And here's the thing. I guarantee after this, she got all her publicity. It's not like she's going to, I'll never stop until I reach the mountain to the peak. This will always be my lifelong dream. She's done with this. She got what she wanted out of it.
Of course
Everybody
she
talked
is.
about it. So
It's really icky. Anyone else that dates her, and I mean, she's a good-looking girl, so a lot of dudes would date her. And your buddy comes up, you guys are going out. Oh, really? Oh, isn't that the 1,000 girl in 24 hours? What are you talking about, man? Well, she was going to screw 1,000 dudes in 24 hours.
we could do these quotes now because we're on podcast. Try not to suck any dicks while you walk to your car.
It's terrible. What was that, Clerks? That's Clerks or Mallrats. Which one was
Clerks? But the thing is, too, when couples get together, they always have like that talk, they're hanging out, and after they've been together a couple times, like, so how many and what and who'd you, longest relationship? They're always sitting around, drinking candlelight, whatever. And he's like, so, like, how many of the 1,000 did you go through, or did, how many? She's like, no, that was all publicity stunt. I only slept with 282 guys in 24 hours.
Oh, that's so much better.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say that you actually did go through with it. But that makes it all better, babe. I love you.
I can't imagine being guy 10. Moreover, guy 100, guy 577. Hey, who's guy 682? Right here. Where's guy 712? Right, right here. You're standing around with a bunch of hard-on fellas in a room? That's how it would have to be.
The old joke.
Man.
Now wash your hands and go make me a grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh, God. How demoralizing, man. That's just unbelievable. Guy 611, I told you to get up here. Get it up here. Get it up and get it up here. What are you doing back there? There's no bathroom breaks in the 1,000.
There's no crying in baseball.
Oh, man. Damn.
To this woman now, she's suing Lyft. The driver, she claims, said she was way too fat for his car, and she would, and I quote, according to the driver, flatten his tires.
Oh, come on, sir. Really? This guy here said it to her?
Well, no. The Lyft driver told this woman, and she's telling others of her experience. She wanted to go check out the game in Detroit. She wanted to go see the playoff game. Her name's Dahua Blanding, and she got a Lyft last week. She wanted to go to her cousin's house so they could watch the Lion game. Lyft driver shows up in a Mercedes-Benz sedan, okay? Don't know what class. And he finds out she's going to be the fare. He tells her, and he denies entry. He locks the doors, cracks the window. He said, "You're too big to fit in the back seat." She's like, "What?" And then he said, "Yeah, my tires aren't capable of supporting your weight." And she's like, "What the hell?"
Good Lord.
He then told her, he said, "I've had this problem before. You're way too big. You need to order a Lyft XL. You got to get Lyft XL. You're too big for my car." And he drove off.
Come on.
Now,
You got to get a Lyft XL. You dick.
Yeah. And she's big. She's a big gal. Her Detroit rapper name is Dank DeMoss. And she says she's going after Lyft now because she feels that she could have fit in the car. And if Lyft is going to send a car out, it should be for all sizes. So
I feel like she could fit in the car, too. I've seen a lot bigger people than that get in cars.
Yeah, I show the photo there, Joe. I was off. One more time. Yeah. Big boned, a little chubby. No big deal.
She's a big lady, but for crying out loud, you're
going to pop the tires.
She could fit in the car. What a dick.
Yeah.
Honestly, who does that? Why would you do that to someone?
He did.
Act that way. Come on, fella. That's out of control.
Will she get any money out of it? I don't know. I don't know what you do with independent or contract workers that act like that. I know they have codes of conduct, and Lyft will probably just say, "You know what? This is bad for us. Let's make this go away." Cut her a check, and done. Is
My
probably
gosh. That's insanity right there, though. What a pipsqueak.
Yeah.
They don't even show his face in the article either. It's all blurred out. Don't show my face. Why I'm being rude.
They show her lawyer.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy, the little fella sitting next to her?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Well, they find the most skinniest, smallest lawyer they can find in America to sit next to her. He's as big as I am.
They're gonna get him, and they're gonna show his face a lot because he's gonna be the one that makes Lyft pay, and it should be easy out of settlement money.
No doubt about it, dude. Yeah, they win that.
So I want to read this now, all right?
Okay.
And chime in with how you think, and Joe, we'll talk about this. It's pretty good. And it's just funny how everyone wants rule changes when the rules don't go their way. So, Patrick Mahomes, Kansas City, they beat Buffalo Sunday night, okay? They're going off to their third straight Super Bowl, and they're fourth in 5 years.
Okay.
So, the main thing was a fourth down call with Josh Allen running the ball. Lots of people thought he got the first down. They didn't give it to him. Critical play for how the game and the score ended up.
Okay.
So now everyone's telling Roger Goodell, they're like, "Hey, you got to fix this. You got to put a chip in the football. We need to have digital tracking and tracing to show where the ball is." People are saying, "Hey, they have flight tracker in golf. How can we see the arc and the miles per hour of the wind and the ball traveling in golf, but we can't see it in football where it stops? How come when we watch a tennis match, we can see the ball hit the white outline, but we can't see a football hit the grass or artificial turf in football?"
Well, I got to tell you, and I'm going to pull this up for these guys to see, but that's a fair ask. And I think it is. That is a fair ask. And when I show you the photo of it, you'll see what I'm talking about. If they can do this, Why can't they do it with everything?
Because here's the thing, and I'll tell you what makes it tough. Well, okay, first of all, golf is boring for most, so that's your excitement. Tennis, it gets a little monotonous. That's your excitement. That's the technology that sparks the game. But you also have all those people on the field that's going to disrupt the telemetry and disrupt everything that's communicating with that football. So I don't know, with all the hands and all the people and all the flesh and all the body heat and all the commotion, if you're going to get an accurate reading like you do in tennis or in golf. In tennis and golf, there's only one person, or potentially two. You don't have the interference and the
Sure,
blocking.
but I got to think it would be a hell of a lot harder to send that ball in tennis and golf than it would be a football. I mean, in golf, that's a hell of a hard thing to track. Think about that.
Yeah, but it's in the air and it's wide open. So all the telemetry and all the stuff that communicates with that chip and that follows it. Here's the thing. It's not hard in golf, Joe. They've built an empire and a franchise out of following golf balls. It's called Top Golf. You have one in Roseville. That technology has turned into an adult Chuck E. Cheese. So it's a lot easier than you think with a golf ball.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah. But with a football, all the people, all the flesh, all the heat, and all the commotion, I think it makes it tougher. Yeah,
there's a little line for you so you can see what it
tennis.
looks like. Yeah, but they got golf down below it as well, and it's like the little line on golf is just about. I mean, it's the same thing, really. Oh, they're not going to show.
Well,
the
no,
line for golf.
Golf is the trajectory and how the ball's flighting, and when it leaves the club, and how it moves, and you can see if the ball's drawing or if it's hooked or if it's going too high or going low. And then sometimes they can draw a tracer on the putting green to show the undulation too.
I thought they had a little design of it on here, but I think it's already went past it, went through its little thing.
Yeah, it's totally different with one ball out in the open. It's a lot easier to follow. But people now, they're pissed off and they want better calls, and they want to do away with the referees. And I don't think that you want that. Why take the human element out of the game? Okay.
What else would do it? They would think that you're going to be able to watch it closely enough on the screen to not need the referees anymore?
Yeah, they just want an accurate pinpoint of where that ball went down. They want to know exactly where the down is. They don't want to bring out the chain gang. They don't want to have to rely on a referee. They don't want someone like Josh Allen to miss another opportunity. And as rigged as it is, here's the thing. If you get a guy out there that's got walnuts for eyes, he's going to give bad plays for both teams. Okay, so it's fair. Everyone thinks the referees are in KC's pocket. Okay, everyone thought that with Tom Brady. Everyone thought that he wasn't, or the other teams were getting overcalled because he was being protected. You're always going to have these thriving championship teams that bring up the controversy and where people want to call bullshit and make the game more technical. I don't think it needs it, and I don't think it would work. And why not get robots? Why not just put bots out to play then? If you want so much technology involved in your game, I say leave it alone.
It's already bad enough. I mean, I find football, and I used to really enjoy watching it, and I still will watch a game here and there, but it's the fun has kind of been taken out of it. I mean, you don't want anyone to get hurt, ever. You don't want to see people get hurt, and I still think they do some pretty high horse collar tackles, and you'll see...
There was good face mask Sunday night.
Yeah, what looks to be a good face mask here and there. And I think those are extremely dangerous, and I always have. You grab a football player that big, even if it's the kicker, the smallest dude on the team, and you grab him by his head and by his face, and you know that's going to hurt their neck.
That's just like a horse. You know, you got a bit in the mouth, and it is dangerous.
You know that's a dangerous thing. But they take out almost all the hitting, really. You know, you can't really, there's just no more good. I mean, I don't want to see anyone get hurt. And I know CTE is real, so don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But it's just not like it used to be, I guess.
Well,
and Is that a good thing? Maybe, because it saves lives. But then again, where's all the action at now?
The main thing is yeah, they've cleaned it up a little bit, and quarterback protection's better and late hits and all that. But I got to tell you, some on-field, some rushing hits and some pass. There's the playoff games. I'm telling you, some dudes were getting hit. I mean, hard hits. And, you know, the helmet to helmet and all that. But you're still, if you're going down, if you're getting off the helmet and you're going for the arm or the ribs, there's some dudes out there, Joe. I'm telling you, they're still hitting hard in the open field, if you will.
No, I believe that.
So it's not all gone. But, yeah, the helmet to helmet stuff, they're watching more. The refs are getting better at calling dirty plays. They're getting better at calling stuff that slows the game down. That's what I think sucks with it. They really nitpick a lot of plays. And I got to ask the people this that think Buffalo got robbed. I asked my buddy this the other day. Buffalo threw one challenge, okay? They threw a challenge on that was an incomplete pass. I wouldn't call that KC catch in a reception. But they gave it to KC. He did not look like he had control of the ball, even though he came down with it. There was like 18 other arms in there. And Buffalo threw a challenge flag. Okay, they lost, and I think you get 2 challenges per game. But why?
I think so.
Why didn't Buffalo challenge that first down that Josh Allen didn't get? Why didn't they challenge that one? I think it's because they were there and they had a better vantage point and they let it go, or they didn't think he got it. I think from TV and the angles that we were given. And then you hear, you know, Jim Nantz with Tony Romo going off. Tony Romo's like, I think he might look like he got it to me, Jim. That shoulder looked like it was just over. I don't know if so all that's going on. But I think if you were there on the field and you're watching, I don't think that it looked as close as it did on TV. And if it were, why didn't Buffalo challenge that call? That was the game breaker. So.
Wish I could tell you, but have you seen this guy right here, dude? Watch what this referee does. This will tell you why we still need to have referees in the game. Watch what he does.
What game is this? This is like high school or college.
I don't know. It's just a big clip that's going around. They're saying, "Watch this referee," and this kid, he escapes it. He throws it. They're like, "Oh." I don't believe I've ever seen that happen before.
He caught it.
Yeah.
He took the ball out of play. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And look, he's laughing. He's like,
They can't believe it. This little guy, he scurries. Look.
Because look, someone would have picked that. Number 6 would have picked it up, and then he gets tackled. The players don't know what to do. They're like, do we tackle him?
I knew you'd love this, dude. That's why I didn't want to tell you about it. It's my little surprise.
Hold on. Is that a ponytail?
I don't know. I'm not
on that referee that catches it.
Yeah.
It's a ponytail. Watch this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
He's Samoan or something. Look, he's an Islander.
Oh, that's not Steven Seagal?
No. He could be from the islands, too. I mean, I could watch it 100 times. It's just so hilarious. It scared the living shit out of this guy. He had no idea. Look, he's like, whoa, I got it.
It was just a natural reflex.
Yeah. I think these are high school kids. I can't tell, but it looks like they're high school kids to me.
High school or some podunk college.
I know. Isn't that great, man?
Yeah.
So stupid. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
I know a lot of people are going to be like, hey, whoa, you guys are cutting this one a little bit short. Well, you know what? Hey, give us a dime each instead of a nickel.
Stop it. We have a nice little subscription base growing. I thank you guys very much. That's really cool of you.
We do. And it's coming. And I think on the next podcast we should start talking about what it's going to take for us to continue doing this, because they're coming in nicely, but it's like, hurry up. Shit, or get off the pot. Let's make this thing happen. Get the avalanche going. Get it raining up in here.
Oh, you quit.
Get it going, because they're coming, and they're coming very steady. But I'd like to see that number quadruple by the weekend. Get them in here and keep them coming. Share these. Tell people about it. We really do appreciate all your time. And if you are watching this, that means you subscribe. So thank you greatly.
Yeah, thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Enjoy your morning, noon, night, afternoon, evening, whenever you watch this, and we thank you so much. Play nice.